It is 2 minutes past 10 p.m. A very warm welcome to the last bulletin of the day. Today on UBC TV, inspiring Uganda on the 17th of March 2026 with me, Sharon Kyomugisha, on this beautiful Tuesday. We start off with the Vice President, Jessica Lupo, who has launched the African Pastoralist Women Network and Learning Center to advance gender justice, climate change, climate resilience and equitable land governance across Africa. The Continental Network and Learning Center is on the theme Voices from the Rangelands, African Pastoralist, Women Rising for Land Rights, Climate Justice, Equity and Peace. Vice President Alupo said female pastoralist women are the backbone of Africa's rangelands, who sustain livelihoods, protect ecosystems, preserve knowledge and build peace, but their voices have remained underrepresented in land governance, climate policy and decision-making spaces. We have a detailed report from her press unit.
And Learning Center. Very distinguished gathering where the women of the pastoralist communities, who themselves are women, have come together to discuss, share ideas on how to change the livelihoods at household level in line with the government policies and government programs. So therefore, I call upon all of you men who are here to listen to our voices and also reach out to other men who may not be here and let them understand that the meeting here, though it is pastoralist women, at the end of the day, it's to benefit the family, including the men, the girl children, and the boy children. I am glad that the gathering here has attracted over 200 participants from the northern and sub-Saharan, west, central, eastern, and southern regions of Africa, representing grassroots pastoralist women, leaders, government officials, and civil society organizations committed to advancing gender justice, climate resilience, and equitable land governance across Africa. I therefore, at this moment, like to recognize the participation of representatives from Benin, Cameroon, Kenya, South Sudan, Tanzania, most importantly, of course, Uganda.
Moving on into more stories, Parliament has passed the Copyright and Neighbouring Rights Amendment Bill 2025 to the economic freedom of artists. The long-awaited legislation seems a game-changer for artists to benefit from original creation, and if passed into law, artists and creative makers will redeem royalties through the Uganda Registration Services Bureau. Take a look.
Parliament erupted in a moment of chants and cheers as musicians and various artists celebrated the passing of the Copyright and Neighboring Rights Amendment Bill 2025. Led by the Uganda Musicians Federation President Edrisa Musuza, also known as Eddie Kenzo, the artists seem relieved by the new legislation.
But we are thank God that we are in a digital era and we have a digital system organization that is going to be following up, collaborating with the government agencies that is in place, UCC, URSB.
Really big milestone. We really want to thank God. We really want to thank the Parliament. We really need to thank the Member of Parliament who have been a voice to this. And we want to thank every artist who has added a voice and has been so active to reaching this milestone.
Speaker Anita Among chaired the plenary sitting to consider the bill, which will mandate the Uganda Registration Services Bureau URSB to collect royalties through the corporate management system.
Which money will go to a collecting management organization. Those are collecting management organizations, are organizations which are going to be collecting this money. Then that money is calculated and given to the performers whose music was played.
The initiative ensures the creative sector benefits from their works.
The musicians will be able to track how much is owed to them through their CMOs, because every artist, every creator, whether you're a writer, whether you're an artist, whether you're a comedian, you have a collective management organization.
The Committee on Legal and Parliamentary Affairs wanted the bill to regulate artificial intelligence, but the Attorney General Chiriwa Kiwanuka objected. The controversial Clause 9 was settled in agreement that broadcasters using the works of the artists should pay royalties.
To have time, we go to radios and TVs, we shall try to see that we tell them what to do. We tell them what has been in the law. They decide whether to celebrate or to go back and get more power to fight.
The leader of opposition, Joel Senyonyi, urged the authorities to ensure that the intended legislation is fully implemented.
So the bills gather dust and they're not acted upon. And then the excitement ends up fading. I hope we don't get to that point.
The Corporates and Neighboring Rights Amendment Bill 2025 was first tabled by Mawokota North MP Chiaga Hillary. Daniel Mugoya, Gloria Gutabinji, UBC News.
Thank you so much, Daniel Mugoya and Gloria Gutabinji. The Lord Mayor Elias Lukwago has raised concern over the growing land grabbing targeting public schools in the city. Speaking at his last day, Drop Everything and Read week, as Lord Mayor Elias Lukwago urged KCCA to protect public school land, warning that it's putting the future of thousands of learners at risk. We have a detailed report from Faith and Andrew.
These appearances are among the last for Lord Mayor Elias Lukwago. Speaking during the school's Drop Everything and Read week on the theme Creating Hope Through Reading, Lord Mayor Elias Lukwago cautioned on the increasing cases of land grabbing in public primary schools.
As my term comes to an end by May this year, this is issue number one. I ask everybody, every stakeholder who is going to remain at Stay Home, who is going to be at this school, please continue with the fight of protecting our assets. Put up a spirited fight.
Out of 2,330 schools in the city, 774 are not yet fully licensed, highlighting systemic challenges in the education sector. He also noted a low transition rate to Senior 1, with only 39% of learners progressing, leaving about 60% unable to advance to the next level.
We presented a request to the Ministry of Education to see how that matter can be addressed. We can't address it as KCCA alone. So I leave that challenge to the new leadership that is going to take over from KCCA to see how it's going to be addressed, because it has been a very complex one for us, because we're pressed between a rock and hard surface.
At Chitante Primary School, with a population of 3,600 pupils, staffing remains a major concern. While the recommended pupil-teacher ratio stands at 1 to 45, the school currently operates at an overstretched ratio of 1 to 170.
You can see now the overflow. the flooding. We want to restore hope to you, even without beating the ideal ratio of 1 to 45. When you are 1 to 70, you can still make it, because the teachers are doing their best. Under those strenuous circumstances, they are trying their best.
School leaders also pointed out infrastructure challenges.
At Kitante, we strongly believe that promoting literacy is not merely an academic responsibility, but also a moral obligation to prepare our learners for the challenges and opportunities of the future.
We have so many pupils, and we have even refused some parents to bring more because we don't have enough classrooms.
However, the school community underscores that reading remains the foundation of education. Cayenne Faith and Andrew Sebida for ABC.
The Minister for Science, Technology and Innovation, Dr. Monica Msenero, has reiterated government commitment to support young innovators in Uganda's digital development agenda. She was officiating at the Artificial Intelligence Innovation Academy Demo Day at Makerere University. Luwama has a detailed report.
The Artificial Intelligence Innovation Academy Demo Day held at Makerere University has brought together innovators, investors, policymakers and technology experts to witness emerging artificial intelligence startups transition from prototype ideas to the scalable ventures.
To actually develop AI solutions that work, because very many people know about AI, but how many people can actually know how to build an AI business and make it profitable and scalable.
The initiative is implemented by Pathogen Economy Labs with funding from the Science, Technology and Innovation Secretariat in partnership with the Makerere University Center for Artificial Intelligence and Makerere Innovation and Incubation Center.
Specifically just to help them build more traction, that is access more customers, access more data which can improve the AI models, to even be able to expand across the Ugandan market in an aim of being able to commercialize solutions.
Minister Monica Msenero reaffirmed government commitment to supporting young innovation in line with the country's digital development agenda.
We are not going to allow ourselves to be consumers, because a consumer does not make money. A consumer spends money. So in the end, you'll become poor. So we have sat and analyzed, and we are driving the productive end on creating AI tools, on creating AI platforms, and also creating the infrastructures that we need.
Some of the innovations showcased include AI-powered disease screening systems, smart agriculture solutions, education technologies, and digital tools for retail and supply chain management.
In AI, so these are AI in health businesses that need some kind of support to scale their operations. Very many businesses are lacking funding to carry out market.
What technologist is going to do is that they're going to take a picture, and then after taking that picture, like I've said, the AI model will analyze that picture and give them account of the number of parasites it has seen in that picture, as you can see.
The 4-month AI Innovation Academy Bootcamp equips university students, startup founders, and early career professionals with artificial intelligence and machine learning skills, while also supporting them with business incubation and investor readiness. Abdul Nasser Lubwama for UBC.
The Ministry of Water and Environment has stepped up calls for environmental conservation in eastern Uganda, urging communities in Bugisu to take responsibility in protecting the environment. Take a look.
When we talk about adaptation to climate change and other environmental risks, we recognize that climate change is with us. We have to be mindful of mitigating climate change effects through tree planting, environmental conservation.
Representing the Permanent Secretary, Assistant Commissioner, Human Resource Management in the Ministry of Water and Environment, Godfrey Ezat, emphasized the collective responsibility in restoring the city's cleanliness, noting increased human activity as a key challenge.
If I'm to compare the Mbale of today with the Mbale of those years, the difference is very distinct. The human activities have pushed Mbale to where it is. And I also want to believe strongly that human activity, if properly guided, can make us take Mbale back to its former glory.
Engineer Alfred Okot Okidi warned that the region remains highly prone to disasters such as landslides and floods, calling upon stakeholders to prioritize environmental conservation.
If we don't take good care of our environment, I want to assure you, we are digging our own graves. So I want to call upon us to try as much as possible to protect our environment.
The week-long event began with a procession involving government officials, students, and development partners, followed by a clean-up exercise at Mbale Central Market to promote sanitation and proper waste management.
Our ministry has organized this in that we can come and we see that people are living in the environment which is safe.
Mbale City Mayor-elect Joyce Kidulu Matuka called for stronger collaboration to address garbage management.
Garbage management. I want to request that you partner with us. We want to really work together. The unit manager, we need to sit. We need all of us collecting responsibility.
Yiga Muhammad reporting for UBC in Mbale City.
In more stories, technocrats are calling for a shift towards a holistic approach to managing risks in Uganda's agriculture sector to boost productivity among farmers. The call was made during a two-day workshop in Kampala, which has brought together private sector agriculture extension workers and youth-led agribusinesses.
Farmers in Uganda continue to face a range of challenges, including climate change effects, pests, diseases, and market uncertainties, which calls for early planning and integrated solutions to mitigate.
Whether you're talking about the local level, the national level, agriculture, there are a lot of risks. There are a lot of risks, natural risks, you know, like the droughts, the slides, many, even some of them are even like the diseases and pests. So with that, you would find that many actors, the extension workers, right down there, they may not even know how to handle.
The training organized by Uganda Forum for Agricultural Advisory Services and partners targets addressing problems before they occur and in turn support farmers reduce losses and improve productivity.
We are thinking of a farmer who is a businessman. You know, a farmer should be a businessman. That if I'm growing my maize for the market, what are the eventualities I can't see which I can take care of in planning what I'm doing in my enterprise? So those are what we call a risk.
As risks become common, weather risks, human resource risks, finance, we need to equip farmers especially, but now we are equipping those who support them to train and prepare farmers to plan better, to avoid some of the obvious that before was not obvious.
From Centenary Bank, Dr. Evans Nakoko underscored partnerships in providing access to credit, insurance and financial literacy.
And I've talked about two critical things. When we do financial literacy, we are de-risking. When we offer insurance, we are de-risking. When we seek partners who can be able to provide cheaper credit, we are de-risking in a way. So all these are options for us to be able to provide a responsive solution package for the farmers.
Finally, you talked about it.
The training will also co-design practical and collaborative pathways for mainstreaming holistic agricultural risk management in the private sector agricultural service provision.
Gomi Farmers Multipurpose Cooperative Society, winners of the 2025 COOP 360 Innovations Award, have been flagged off to Kalangala for a learning excursion. The Lira Best Cooperative emerged victorious after developing innovative organic pesticides and fertilizers. They received a cash prize of 20 million Ugandan shillings along with business development support services and a study tour aimed at enhancing their knowledge and capacity.
To learn how to pitch, to confirm that their innovation exists, and later on, them emerging as winners during the grand finale in November. So we are excited to see that a cooperative from the rural areas of Amach with a locally made innovation made it, and just seeing the dreams that they have growing bigger and more ambitious is a nod that we need to continue supporting cooperatives in various ways so that they can contribute to the economy.
We decided to do about Gomi fats and Gomi site because we had challenges in our agricultural produce. We could not easily access the market. Our market of recent has been blocked by the international companies. Therefore, this one made us to get a loss, and we decided to go back and look for a solution. The solution which is quite cheaper for the community and for the country at large. This innovation, it is duly won, and we appreciate the Wuri Institute for organizing this and for recognizing the cooperative in the country. We call upon this to continue.
This time round we saw ideas, creativity, resilience, people ready to amplify scalable ideas.
We have made a step for Gomi. We are no longer the way we are, but we have moved a step now.
And in more stories, the National Consultative Forum has announced plans to convene a national dialogue for political party heads and key stakeholders to address concerns arising from the recently concluded general elections. The chairperson, National Consultative Forum, Godfrey Chiwanda Subi, says that the move follows widespread dissatisfaction among political actors over alleged irregularities in the 2026 elections.
Different political party leaders have cooperated with the National Consultative Forum to discuss and address electoral challenges. The proposed dialogue will focus on alleged intimidation, uneven treatment of candidates, and the conduct of officials from the Electoral Commission.
Talk over this, Mr. President. There must be a talk if we are to go back the roots. Our president fought for this. That we should have peaceful general elections. We should have transparent elections. We cannot leave it at this level. We actually, at one of our resolutions is that we are calling upon a national dialogue that we can talk. We need to involve the Electoral Commission officials, having a reflection of what actually transpired, how Electoral Commission handled elections from the pre-nomination period to the nomination period, the campaign period, the declaration at the Tari centers, and also the declaration at the National Tari Center.
The chairman, National Consultative Forum, Godfrey Subi Chiwanda, says despite the Electoral Commission fulfilling its mandate, there remains a need for accountability and reforms to ensure all actors uphold their responsibility.
If you look at a person called the returning officer and the declaration of the results, why would you find in a district or in a sub-county where somebody was either number 3 in terms of votes, and the next day that person is declared a winner?
We have a process being hijacked
and the aspirations and the will of people subverted by people that are tasked with the responsibility of managing these processes, then you're setting the country on a path of destruction and instability. It is regrettable, and we hope that this can be a wake-up point for the people of Uganda, the office bearers, the members of parliament, the courts of law, to correct what has gone wrong in the country.
This comes amidst criticisms from various stakeholders who were dissatisfied with management of the electoral process. The National Treasurer, National Unity Platform, NUP, Benjamin Katano says constructive engagements among political leaders will prevent a reoccurrence of challenges in the future elections.
It should be in the interest of every Ugandan, those that hold offices and those that don't hold offices, to work towards building a society that will not descend into chaos on account of injustice and mismanagement of important processes like elections.
Irene Faith Nantongo, Joseph Moyingo, UBC News.
Media Challenge Initiative and Kayese Community Organization have furnished youth on information hub located in Mbarara district. The hub director at Restless Development, Gilbert Iguma, says that it will bridge information gap and tell Karamoja's story through journalism and content creation.
Media Challenge Initiative has launched an information hub in Karamoja sub-region to enhance skills for journalists and content creators in the region.
There will be a podcast space here where young people can come and record.
Restless Development and Kayese Community Organization will promote youth inclusion in governance and decision-making.
That this isn't just about Moroto. I hear that a lot in Karamoja, that so much is just focused on Moroto, and getting out to other parts of the region is really important. So how do you a few of you said this is a resource for the whole region. How do you...
The trainings that we've done are not just for journalists here or creators here. People have been selected in all the regions. Regional youth who want to create content can have time to come, facilitated or supported by the district or by their own programs, but also the team here can move to the different locations to do to create content.
So this hub, the government may do something. People in the district, maybe someone could be working on a road, and it's clear it's shoddy work. Because of the equipment I have here, these powerful machines, meaning I can create that content in a very short time and it's outside there.
The hub director at Restless Development, Gilbert Iguma, says the consortium will bridge the gap of knowledge access.
Information hub here in Karamoja, seated at the Moroto district offices. This is going to be a platform where young people can create and disseminate information. One of the issues that has kept young people out of governance will provide information, critical information that the young people can use in order to hold the duty bearers accountable. But it is also an opportunity for the young people of Karamoja, with the Youth Information Hub, have the opportunity to tell the stories of Karamoja from within Karamoja, to influence change from within Karamoja.
Media Challenge Initiative Chief Executive Officer Abbas Mpindi says this will promote journalism and content creation.
With support and with partnership with Restless Development and Kayese, supported by the Danish Embassy RDE, we have been able to launch today the Regional Youth Information Hub, which will become its own space where young journalists, content creators, storytellers can convene. It is part of the GAP project, Youth Included in Governance.
Moroto Deputy RDC Justin Tukosam thanked donors for the support to Karamoja. The hub supports young people in the sub-region to tell the Karamoja stories.
Mukyala
wanje daddy
okimanyi nti abaana batuuse okudda ku masomero naye sente zibuze kakati ky'oba okola twalayo ekitundu kya fees ku ssomero lya junior eza van tunaazisasula oluvannyuma
naye daddy lwaki tetusasula nga tukozesa momo etuwa n'omukisa oguwangula school fees za mwaka mulamba bweddu n'okusingawo ate nno mwattu osobola n'okufuna looni ya school fees ku Momo. Mpozi n'ekirala, essomero erikozesa Momo lisobola okwewangulira van.
Kyekyo kyennyini wangula school fees wa mwaka mulamba n'okusingawo. Ate nga n'amasomero agakozesa Momo galina omukisa okuwangula vaani ko n'ebirabo ebirala 1000. Osobola n'okufuna looni ya school fees ku Momo. Nyiga star *165 star 8 noti hashi oba kozesa Momo app.
Uganda, get ready for an unforgettable experience. Join thousands of runners and culture lovers at the Mbarara City Marathon 2026 happening Saturday, the 28th of March 2026, starting at 6 a.m. at Mogaba Palace, Kamukuzi in Mbarara City. This year's theme proudly celebrates the biggest culture and heritage of the long-horned cattle in the land of honey and milk, a symbol of identity, pride, and tradition in Uganda. Come and run through the cultural heartland where heritage meets tourism and sport. Choose your race: 42 kilometers, 21 kilometers, 10 kilometers, or 5 kilometers. The guest of honor will be the Minister for Tourism, Wildlife and Antiquities, highlighting Uganda's rich culture and tourism. Register today and get your marathon kit at www.mbararacitymarathon.com or dial *272 *11#. Proudly sponsored by Tascalite, Grace and Family Concepts, Ministry of Tourism, Wildlife and Antiquities, Uganda, Nyakayojo Sacco, Explore Uganda, Textile and Prom Home, Uganda Broadcasting Corporation, Mbarara Farm Lodge, Country Cinema, Arch Motors, and many more. For more information, call 0785 408 422. Mbarara City Marathon 2026, running to celebrate the culture and heritage of the long-horned cattle in the land of honey and milk.
Welcome back from that short commercial break. In more stories, the National Unity Platform Party has held a special prayer and iftar dinner at its headquarters in Makerere, Kavule. The prayers were led by Sheikh Ali Mireira from Ewambogo in Kawempe, who emphasized unity, faith, and continued prayer for the party president, Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu, and party members.
The event attracted National Unity Platform top party leadership, the leader of opposition Joel Senyonyi, Secretary General David Louis Lubongoya, and deputy presidents from different regions, and Dr. Lina Zedriga, who attended in her capacity as acting president during Kyagulanyi's absence.
فلانك يا الله وإليك المصير اللهم لا تدع لنا ذنبا إلا غفرته ولا حما إلا فرجته. Application. We prayed for our beloved president, His Excellency Kyagulanyi Ssentamu Robert. We've prayed for the political prisoners and as well as our fallen comrades.
Dr. Lina Zedriga delivered Kyagulanyi's message in which he appreciated Ugandans for solidarity towards political prisoners.
Nga tetuja kukaba mulide kubanga tumanyi we have the power, we have it here in our hearts. Tulina okusaba nnyo kubanga Katonda talimba aligumu nnyo. We are soon going to be coming here to celebrate, trust and pray for the president, for each of, and also for each of you. I want to thank all of you for your resilience. I want to thank all of you for voting wisely. I want to thank you that we are going to stay strong.
He also acknowledged both Muslims and non-Muslims observing fasting to remain united.
We are going to reorganize and we trust we will deliver. I want to thank the Secretary General for keeping us together, for organizing this amazing function. Ate namukozesa ekiseera kino okusabira eggwanga lyaffe
okusingira ddala okusabira baganda baffe abali mu makomera okusiiba kikulu nnyo okusiiba ensonga zonna ne tuzikwasa Mungu.
All this period we have been in, I want to take this opportunity to take all our players through this fasting period to the God. I pray for my president, Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu, where he is, to be safe. So I pray for the prisoners who are in prison for the better. And I pray God that to help these prisoners who are political prisoners to be brought back in a court.
The ceremony concluded with an iftar dinner where attendees broke their fast together before departing. Cayenne Faith and Jamil Sekaja for ABC.
Uganda has once again been praised for protecting refugees fleeing conflict across Africa. The ambassador of Sudan to Uganda, His Excellency Ahmed Ibrahim Ahmed, commends government and citizens for welcoming the displaced people. He was speaking at an appreciation ceremony at the Islamic University in Uganda.
In hosting.
The ambassador of Sudan to Uganda, His Excellency Ahmed Ibrahim Ahmed, has praised Uganda for maintaining a progressive refugee policy.
For the generous hospitality and unwavering support during this challenging time. By opening the door to us, you have not only provided a place for learning and solidarity reflect the true spirit and the noble values of academic cooperation. And we pray that Allah rewards you abundantly.
The director of the university, Twaha Kasule, reassured Sudanese students of ongoing academic support and collaboration.
From Sudan and help them to complete their education from here. It was not a privilege. For us, it was an imperative that we must do what is expected of us as a university and provide our facilities, our infrastructure for our brothers and sisters from Sudan to be able to study here.
Delegates were honored for their role in strengthening Sudan-Uganda relations and supporting refugee communities.
The utmost degree of hospitality and acceptance, and there are so many Sudanese people living now here in Uganda, and they feel really at home here, and we have to be very grateful to this great nation.
And to nurture children very well, they are good, and we encourage you to continue that behavior.
Schools are optimistic about the rollout of the competence-based A-level curriculum. Educationists say that strong performance in the recently released USC 2025 results boosts confidence in schools.
Who has scored 20 points out of 20?
I am very, very happy. Our best student managed to score 20 points in PCM, and a number of them getting 18, 17, 16, and most of them have 10 points and above. We have closed the old curriculum of the A-level in style, and now we are embarking on the abridged curriculum, which we are, the first cohort is going to be sitting this year, and we have ably prepared them.
The competence-based curriculum is expected to produce more skilled and job-ready graduates. Director of Studies at Bethany High School, Naria Biarhanga John Paul, says teachers are prepared after undergoing extensive training.
So the school is embarking on ensuring that the teachers are sent to attend different workshops on the implementation of the abridged curriculum. Our teachers since last year have been attending some of the workshops in various centers organized by NCDC, and this year we are yet to send a number of teachers still to go and learn more on the assessment of the abridged curriculum.
Teachers add that the new curriculum focuses on practical skills and innovation among learners.
They have to sit down and consult
make a research. You have internet here, you have a library well stocked. They have to sit down and create the content in addition to the teachers that they are giving them.
Students also say the change promotes creativity and self-reliance.
We develop more skills, more encouragement, more empowerment, and getting to learn more things that we can use on, that we can help ourselves. It seems to be a challenge, but I believe, given that our curriculum gives us skills and also the theory side, we can do more and do better.
I want you to clap for our teachers.
Secondary schools in Kasese district are struggling with inadequate science laboratory equipment, affecting students' performance in science subjects as reflected in the recently released USCE 2025 results. Although there has been slight improvement, this still stays as a challenge.
Despite government efforts, including increased salaries for science teachers and a push to improve science education, many schools remain under-equipped.
We would like government also to come to our rescue. Much as we are performing very well, teachers are trying their level best, but as on the side of government, we still lack a lot, which we would like that government should respond, that teachers who are on payroll are still few. The teacher-student ratio is very low in this school. Our classrooms are crowded, especially even at A level, where you find that in a stream you have 70 to 80 students. So with this, we are requesting government to send us more teachers to come and help the learners. Secondly, we lack some facilities, basic facilities of the school, like laboratory, science laboratory. This being a science-based school, we would love that we have a laboratory for every subject and if possible for every level.
Students say better results would be possible with proper facilities.
Our library and laboratory is not much at that standard of a school that is supposed to perform the way we perform. Like we don't have, in a library we're not equipped with enough books. In the school laboratory, we lack the sinks, we lack taps, water. So we see this still declines or puts us down. So we hope or we believe that if the government at least helps us and put in a hand in this, the sky could be our limit.
School administrators attribute the modest improvement to collective efforts by teachers, parents and learners, but emphasize the urgent need for fully stocked science laboratories.
This year we had the best, we had 19 points. And last year, up to point 15, we had only 7. But this year, up to point 15, we had 25.
We'll take a short commercial break and we'll be back with more stories in UBC News Tonight.
Mama, owulira otya?
Mpulira essanyu lingi nnyo.
Bannange.
Bannange MTN neyanzizza.
Taata w'omwana ogenda mugambako oba wali wano?
Taliiwo. Ssente ze mbadde ngenda okusasula ku school fees z'omukulu zigenda kunnyambako okuweerera batoobe abalala ababiri. MTN mama ngenkoledde kinene ng'asinga omumaama sirigyerabira obulamu bwange bwonna.
Ngenda kusibira kusasula school fees nyiga star 155 star 80 ashi sasula school fees ngokozesa momo school funds masoma tugenda zigaba osobola okwewola waliwo school fees loan genda ofune loan oba tolinawo ssente ozisasule mu bbanga mpola mpola obulamu butambulenga buli koona.
Welcome to the business segment of UBC News Tonight. And the Ministry of Science and Technology and the Ministry of ICT and National Guidance are identifying areas of development to prevent Uganda's technological dependency on the new wave of innovation. The Minister of Science and Technology, Monica Msenero, explains that the country loses significant funds importing technology.
Ministry of Science and Technology has stepped up to reduce over-reliance on imported technology by piloting innovations that engage science and find solutions to everyday life.
So we have sat and said across what we have been assigned, we must, as a minimum, get 20,000 innovations that emerge from a first phase that have prototypes which are promising. Then we know that we can walk them the journey, and we target to have at least 100 unicorns. Unicorn is an innovation company which is valued at more than $1 billion US.
The Minister for Science and Technology, Monica Msenero, told stakeholders that the ministry is taking concrete steps in the field.
So space now, and initially, in the previous 3 industrial revolutions, Africa was mostly a recipient. When you receive technologies, you send out money. And much as we seemed to be growing, because now you have some cars, you see some technologies around, but those technologies are imported. Now, when you just simply import technologies which are in the current industrial revolution, you'll find that they are more expensive than what you are exporting. And the tendency of our government has been, of our people and our economies has been, let's rush, let's be part of this revolution, let's be part of what is modern, and we don't take time to think about the economic side of it.
During a joint strategic workshop between the Ministry of Science and Technology and the Ministry of ICT and National Guidance, the Minister highlighted that they are being intentional in ensuring that the current industrial revolution does not risk the country to exploitation.
As we start the industrial revolution, this 4th one, we have delayed a bit, but we are catching up. So this analysis is to show us that how do we make money flow into our country as a result of that. And for the 4th industrial revolution, these are the 2 sectors which are mainly responsible for this: Ministry of ICT and Science, Technology and Innovation.
Pauline Omayet for UBC.
Uganda's reliance on charcoal for cooking is causing deforestation and health risks, causing the country a loss of 72,000 hectares of forest annually. Experts appeal to policymakers to promote affordable, clean cooking alternatives to protect Uganda's forests and its people. Watch.
So to make sure that we contribute to Uganda's National Development Plan 4, as well as to the 10-fold growth strategy of government of Uganda. So when you look at those 2 documents, there's a lot of emphasis on the utilization of cleaner energy. However, based on the figures that we have, it requires a lot of energy and doing things differently for us to be able to move the households in Uganda from using charcoal to other better energy sources. Look at the charcoal ecosystem. It is a complex ecosystem. It has so many players, it has a lot of politics in it, and it has a lot of, it has a lot of people who are really relying on the charcoal subsector. So once we are committed, to me I have a feeling that we can be able to get there. And what we've noted from what we are doing from EPRC is that the silo way of working is not going to get Uganda anywhere. We need to be able to coordinate that if I do this, what do you do and how do we coordinate together so that we have a common goal of making sure that we get where I want to go.
Again, maybe we are also not looking beyond. We have a lot of subsidy-style interventions. Reduce the price of gas, for example, reduce the price of electricity so people can take it up. But what about the issue of behavior change? What are we looking at in terms of behavior change? I mentioned cultural resistance. Maybe I have money, but I still want to steam my matoke. So you have to think and design behavior change interventions, which we have not really largely focused on so far. You realize that the producers are actually making very little out of this industry, and it's just the middlemen who are making a little, much more. And then that also trickles down to the final consumer, who now has to pay a higher price for the same charcoal. So if we had a coordination across this, we will be able to streamline a lot of things and be able to move our industry from what we are currently doing to a more sustainable industry.
From the sports desk, the Association of Uganda University Sports Across Country team has returned home after a successful international championship in Cassino, Italy. The Ugandan squad delivered an impressive performance highlighted by the outstanding individual achievements from Bugema University athletes. Yeko Elisha clinched gold in the 10-kilometer race, while Cheruto Solomon secured bronze in the same event, cementing Uganda's presence on the global stage. The team, composed of 5 men and 4 women under the guidance of coach Faustino Chiwa, competed against athletes from 28 nations. The association's General Secretary Patrick Sebuliba told UBC that Uganda's victory in the 10-kilometer race marks a significant milestone for university sports in the country.
I was so grateful for my performance. Also, I found some challenges about the race, but I managed to compete well because although I did not have enough rest, but I thank God because He gave me the strength and I was able to run well and complete the race at a good pace, and I've been won the medal. I'm so grateful and happy.
Thank Coach Chiwa, the coach of athletics, who has been with us and has made sure athletics is on top. Every time we go for athletics, as a university, as Team Uganda, we usually come back with medals. So we are very grateful and promise that for the World University Games next year, we shall even put the athletes in camp to ensure that we send a very, very good team. But we are very grateful, and as us, this is the way to go.
I must applaud the team. I must thank the team. We are super excited as Uganda for having brought back this success. Winning a 10-kilometer race and gold and a bronze in the same race was not easy because there are so many runners from all the 28 countries and everybody wanted to win. But in Uganda, to have 2 podium finishes in this race was an excellent performance, and they were super excited. Thank you so much.
Winners of the 2025 Stanbic National School Championship, Smaya girls have praised the initiative for promoting entrepreneurship and innovation amongst secondary school learners. We have a detailed report. Take a look.
In Uganda, a significant portion of the population, which is 70%, is below 24 years of age. Despite this youthful demographic, statistics indicate 83% among these very individuals are unemployed. The primary culprit points to essential skills gap, which are a prerequisite for job market thriving, but are still lacking. To tackle the skills gap head-on, Stanbic National Schools Championship has positioned itself as a cornerstone to foster innovation and entrepreneurship. Now joining the 11th time running, Smaya Girls emerged the winner last year with 20 million Uganda shillings. The school has been awarded more 20 million Uganda shillings for the People's Choice winner.
At the start of this year, we wanted the public to also choose their champion, and we ran what we call the Choose Your Champion series that featured on television stations and on the Stanbic Bank YouTube channel. You, the viewers, again voted Sumaya Girls High School in Sanji, and another reason we're here is to declare them as the winner. In this program, we welcome ideas. Luckily, right now with the new curriculum, the schools participate and develop projects. When they come to the boot camp, we're helping them polish those projects into income-ready ventures.
The school made a urinary tract infection detector. The toolkits are in use at the school with plans for gross production.
For being there for us and accepting us to join the competition. The new curriculum encourages students to be creative, to be critical thinkers. And now Stanbic comes in telling us to be innovative.
Fenna abali wano tukimanyi bulungi nnyo nti tulina curriculum ey'education empya, ebyenjigiriza empya. Kati mulimu kye bayita obuyiiya, kinaliise innovation obuyiiya. Kati obuyiiya obwo tubunoonya mu masomero ag'enjawulo. Amasomero gakuŋŋaana amasomero mangi nnyo ne gabanga gajja ne gakompiitinga bulungi nnyo oba ne gavuganya.
The National Schools Championship is targeting Ugandan youth in secondary and vocational skills. This guided challenge attracted 549 schools last year. It hopes schools improve their business ideas in line with competence teaching.
That is, twasalawo tuteekewo pavers okubanga twongera okubanga buli omu tusomero aganyirwamu.
Crispus Arinitwe reporting for UBC.
And that's all we had for you tonight. Thank you so much for watching and being a part of the UBC News Tonight at 8 p.m. and 10 p.m. From the team and I, have a lovely night and God bless. My name is Sharon Kyomugisha. Bye-bye.
UBC, inspiring Uganda.
Exercise can't be sustained. Eating can't be stopped. It's even harder to lose weight. Come and give it a try. Ginshikang L-carnitine chromium capsules. Plant extract, scientific ratio. Take 3 capsules each time. The active ingredient accelerates fat burning, eat twice a day, don't take a detour. Weight loss starts now. Ginshikang L-carnitine with chromium capsules helps you stay in shape. Please follow medical advice when taking this product. For more information, visit our website www.hgo.com or call 0800 335555.
Every Wednesday, live in our studios in the heart of Kampala.
We have to change the political culture in this country, really. Who has bewitched Ugandans?
I want to assure you, as government, we shall do whatever it takes to ensure that Ugandans are safe.
We have conversations that have analysis, explanation.
This law society, this union of theirs, because they want a job everywhere, they want to be this, they want to be that, they want... No. We know it's a union.
You cannot be making a road, bitumen grade 1, in Congo for 5 billion.
But not every truth is fact, and not every fact is truth.
The argument that the General Court Martial is responsible for peace and stability is without basis, either in law or in fact.
We have been told how Napoleon was a great orator. Now, Napoleon cannot help me get food. They told me combine harvesters in Saskatchewan. I don't know where Saskatchewan is. This is a geography we're taught. Instead of teaching me how to preserve Mbarara forest, they're teaching me about Rhineland. This is a problem we got. We cannot run away from it.
Right now, you hear very disgusting stories of members of parliament. Instead of discussing the details of loans, they ask for their cuts.
Every Wednesday, 10 p.m. on your public broadcaster.
All on your public broadcaster. UBC, inspiring Uganda.